Become powerful, unrecognizable in 1 week. Imagine for a moment that you are standing at the edge of a great transformation, where the person you are today is only a shadow of the strength and power waiting to emerge. What if I told you that in just 1 week, you could become a force of unshakable resolve, untouchable by external circumstances, and driven by an inner light that no challenge could dim? This isn't just a dream, it's within your reach. Today we will explore the path to unlock that power, to become unrecognizable in your strength. Stay with me, and let's begin this incredible journey together. Number 1. Self-discipline as the core. Self-discipline is the foundation of all personal growth and achievement. It is the ability to control one's actions, emotions, and desires in pursuit of a greater goal. Without self-discipline, even the most talented individuals can struggle, as they are driven by short-term impulses rather than long-term objectives. True power comes not from what we gain externally, but from the mastery we achieve over ourselves. Self-discipline is the silent force that transforms ordinary actions into extraordinary results, shaping not only our lives but also our character. In its essence, self-discipline is about making choices that align with our greater purpose, even when they are difficult. It involves resisting immediate gratification for the sake of future rewards. Think of the story of the Chinese bamboo tree. In the first 4 years of its life, the tree shows no visible growth, as it is building its roots deep underground. In the 5th year, it grows up to 90 feet tall in just 6 weeks. The bamboo's strength comes from its foundation, nurtured by patience and consistent effort over time. Similarly, self-discipline is the foundation that, although often invisible in the early stages, leads to great growth and success when practiced consistently. Self-discipline also means recognizing and managing our impulses. It's easy to give in to instant desires to eat junk food, to procrastinate, or to avoid hard work. But these actions only hinder us from realizing our full potential. True strength lies in the ability to choose what is best for us in the long term, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient in the short term. This requires immense focus and the ability to delay gratification, making the hard choice that moves us closer to our goals. It's important to remember that self-discipline isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. It's not about never slipping up or making mistakes, it's about getting back on track each time we do. The disciplined person doesn't give up after a failure but uses it as an opportunity to grow stronger. Every small act of self-control compounds over time, leading to a life of purpose and fulfillment. Self-discipline shapes the life we lead. It gives us the power to navigate through life's distractions and challenges, ensuring that our actions are always in alignment with our true values. When we master self-discipline, we open the door to profound personal growth and lasting success. Number 2. Focus on inner strength. Inner strength is the foundation of lasting power. It is the strength that doesn't rely on external circumstances, praise or validation, but is rooted deeply within the individual. Unlike external forces, which can be fickle and unpredictable, inner strength remains constant. This strength comes from a clear sense of purpose, mental resilience, and emotional control. It is what allows us to withstand the hardships of life, to stand firm when others might falter, and to remain steady in the face of adversity. True power does not come from what is seen or recognized on the outside. It is an internal state that others may not even notice. It's about how we handle our thoughts, emotions, and reactions in moments of difficulty. When life becomes challenging, the person who relies on their inner strength is not tossed around by fear, doubt, or anxiety. Instead, they stand resolute and steady, focused on their purpose and grounded in their values. Developing inner strength requires a commitment to self-awareness. We must be honest with ourselves, acknowledging both our weaknesses and our strengths. Through this awareness, we cultivate a sense of confidence that does not depend on external approval, but on our own understanding of who we are. The person with inner strength doesn't seek to prove anything to others, they simply live in alignment with their truth. Inner strength empowers us to control our reactions to life's events. It's easy to be caught up in the drama of external circumstances, to let frustration, anger, or fear dictate our actions. However, those who cultivate inner strength are able to respond to these emotions with calm and clarity. They don't let external circumstances govern their internal peace. Instead, they remain anchored in their sense of purpose, regardless of what happens outside of them. This kind of strength comes from regularly practicing mental and emotional discipline. It is a conscious choice to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. It's not something that can be developed overnight, but over time with consistent effort. Through practices like reflection, meditation, and mindfulness, we train ourselves to keep our thoughts and emotions in check. This internal work leads to a calm, focused mind that is capable of navigating even the most chaotic situations with poise and wisdom. Number 3. Embrace hardship as a teacher. Hardship is an inevitable part of life. It comes in many forms: physical pain, emotional distress, failure, and loss. While these challenges can seem like burdens, they are, in fact, opportunities for growth. Embracing hardship as a teacher shifts the way we perceive suffering. Rather than avoiding or resenting difficult situations, we begin to view them as vital learning experiences that refine and strengthen us. In the face of hardship, many people instinctively seek to escape or minimize their discomfort. However, those who develop true power understand that the trials of life are not only unavoidable but necessary. Every struggle is an opportunity to learn something about ourselves and the world around us. Adversity reveals our weaknesses, exposes our vulnerabilities, and forces us to confront our limitations. In doing so, it provides us with the chance to transcend these limitations and emerge stronger. The Stoics, for example, believed that hardship is an essential part of life's journey. They did not see pain as something to be feared or avoided, but as an integral part of the human experience. To them, suffering was a crucible in which the character is tested and forged. By willingly facing difficult situations, we build resilience and fortitude. We learn not only how to endure hardship, but also how to transform it into something that serves our growth. This perspective on hardship is transformative because it shifts our focus from what we stand to lose to what we stand to gain. Instead of being paralyzed by fear or frustration when things go wrong, we can ask ourselves, what can I learn from this? This mindset allows us to remain calm, composed, and resourceful in the midst of challenges. When hardship arises, it no longer threatens to break us. Instead, we see it as a necessary catalyst for our evolution. Embracing hardship also requires a shift in how we define success and failure. Failure is not a permanent state. It is a stepping stone toward mastery. Each setback contains a lesson, and each hardship is an opportunity to refine our approach, strengthen our resolve, and move forward with greater wisdom. Through this lens, hardship becomes a valuable teacher, one that guides us toward becoming the best versions of ourselves. Number 4. Master your emotions. Emotional mastery is one of the most critical skills in the journey toward becoming powerful. Our emotions, while natural and often intense, can easily cloud our judgment and influence our actions in ways that are not aligned with our highest values. To be truly powerful, we must learn to control, not suppress, our emotions. This means recognizing them, understanding their origins, and choosing how we respond to them. The first step in mastering emotions is awareness. We must become aware of the emotional triggers that arise within us. Whether it is anger, fear, jealousy, or frustration, these emotions often emerge in response to external events or internal thoughts. However, by recognizing the emotions as they occur, we gain the power to pause and choose how to respond, rather than being swept away by them. When we react impulsively to our emotions, we hand over control to them. Emotions, while they may have a purpose in signaling to us what is happening internally or externally, are not always reliable guides for action. For example, when we act out of anger, we often say or do things we later regret. Similarly, fear can paralyze us, preventing us from taking risks or moving forward in our lives. To truly master our emotions, we must learn not to let them dictate our behavior. Instead, we become the conscious directors of our emotional responses. Emotional mastery is realizing that emotions do not define us. We may feel anger, but we are not defined by that anger. We may experience fear, but it does not make us weak. By distancing our identity from our emotions, we can create a sense of inner space, which allows us to make decisions with clarity, rather than reacting from a place of unchecked emotional turmoil. In mastering emotions, we also gain the power to remain calm under pressure. Life often throws us into high-stakes situations, where the impulse to react emotionally can overwhelm us. Yet, the individual who has mastered their emotions can maintain composure even in the most intense moments. This ability to stay grounded allows for better decision-making, more effective problem-solving, and a stronger presence, all of which are hallmarks of power. Emotional mastery is not about eradicating emotions. It is about learning to direct them in ways that serve us rather than hinder us. It is about making emotions allies in our journey, not obstacles. Through self-awareness, control, and emotional intelligence, we are able to move through life with greater strength and resilience. Number 5. Regard the opinions of others. One of the greatest obstacles to personal power is the excessive weight we place on the opinions of others. We often allow the judgments, expectations, and criticisms of the people around us to shape our decisions, behaviors, and self-worth. This reliance on external validation can leave us vulnerable to manipulation and hinder our growth, as we are constantly seeking approval rather than acting from our own inner convictions. To become powerful, it is crucial to recognize that the opinions of others are often fleeting and subjective. People's perceptions of us are influenced by their own biases, experiences, and insecurities. What one person views as a flaw, another may see as a strength. By seeking approval from others, we place our sense of self in their hands, subjecting ourselves to the fluctuating whims of others' judgments. True power, however, lies in the ability to remain steady and grounded, regardless of external opinions. Disregarding the opinions of others doesn't mean becoming indifferent to feedback or lacking empathy. It means refusing to let others' views dictate our sense of self-worth or our actions. Instead of seeking validation, we should focus on understanding and following our own values and principles. When we act based on what we know to be true and right for us, we cultivate an inner strength that no external opinion can destabilize. This mindset shift requires a deep understanding that we are responsible for our own lives and choices. We cannot control how others perceive us, nor should we try. The pursuit of constant approval is a never-ending cycle that leads to frustration and confusion. By disregarding the opinions of others, we free ourselves from this cycle and empower ourselves to act with clarity and purpose. When we let go of the need for approval, we become more authentic. Our actions are no longer filtered through the lens of what others might think. This authenticity breeds confidence and creates an unshakable inner peace, because we are no longer performing for an audience. We simply exist and act in alignment with our truth. As we continue to disregard the opinions of others, we gain the ability to focus entirely on what we can control, our own choices and actions, rather than being swayed by forces outside of ourselves. Number 6. Unwavering commitment to purpose. A powerful individual is one who is driven by a purpose that transcends personal desires and external influences. Purpose provides direction, clarity, and motivation, especially in the face of challenges. Without a clear sense of purpose, we are at the mercy of distractions, impulses, and the demands of others. To achieve lasting power, we must align our actions with a purpose that is greater than ourselves and remain unwavering in our commitment to that purpose. Purpose is not something that can be dictated by others or created on a whim. It must be deeply personal, rooted in our values and aspirations. It acts as a compass, guiding us through difficult decisions and helping us remain focused amidst the chaos of everyday life. A person without purpose is like a ship adrift at sea, subject to the whims of the wind and current. But when we are anchored by purpose, we have a steady course to follow, even when the waters are rough. The commitment to purpose requires more than just a vague desire or fleeting interest. It demands consistent action. even when the path is not easy or the results are not immediately visible. To be unwavering in our commitment to purpose means making decisions and taking actions that align with that purpose, regardless of the obstacles that arise. This kind of commitment fosters resilience as we learn to stay focused on the long-term vision rather than being distracted by temporary setbacks or diversions. There will inevitably be times when the commitment to purpose feels like a burden, when the road seems long and exhausting. Yet, it is precisely during these moments that the strength of purpose is most evident. It is easy to stay committed when things are going well, but true power lies in remaining steadfast when things are difficult. Purpose fuels perseverance, turning moments of hardship into opportunities for growth and deepening our resolve. A life driven by purpose also cultivates a sense of inner peace. When we know why we are doing what we are doing, when we are clear about our larger mission, we experience a sense of alignment that brings fulfillment. This alignment keeps us grounded, focused, and unaffected by the fleeting opinions of others or the transient circumstances of life. By staying true to our purpose, we create a life that is not only meaningful but also profoundly powerful. Number 7. Live in the present moment. The present moment is the only time in which we truly have power. The past is gone, and the future is uncertain. Both are out of our control. Yet the present is where our actions take place and where we can shape our reality. To become powerful, it is essential to embrace the present moment fully and to let go of the distractions of past regrets and future anxiety. By focusing our attention on the here and now, we gain the ability to act with clarity and precision, cultivating a sense of control over our lives. Many of us spend much of our time trapped in the past or the future. We dwell on past mistakes, losses, or missed opportunities, allowing these memories to cloud our judgment and influence our actions. Alternatively, we may worry about future uncertainties, stressing over things that may never come to pass. These mental distractions prevent us from living fully in the present, and in doing so, rob us of the power we could be wielding in the current moment. Living in the present moment means recognizing that the only thing we can control is how we respond to the current situation. Our thoughts and actions in the present determine our future, not our anxiety about what might happen. By letting go of the past and future, we free ourselves from the emotional burdens that hinder us. We no longer waste time rehashing old events or stressing over what's yet to come. Instead, we focus on what we can do right now, making each moment count. Mindfulness, the practice of being fully aware and engaged in the present, plays a significant role in this process. By training ourselves to be mindful, we improve our ability to focus on the task at hand, whether that's having a conversation, making a decision, or simply taking a breath. This heightened awareness allows us to make better choices as we are not clouded by past experiences or future fears. It also enables us to be more present with others, enhancing relationships and interactions. When we live in the present, we are more effective, efficient, and calm. We are no longer slaves to our memories or anxieties, and instead, we live with intention and purpose. This practice empowers us to take control of our lives in ways that create real and lasting change. By focusing on what is in front of us, we open ourselves to the full potential of every moment, becoming capable of achieving things we never thought possible. The journey to becoming powerful and unrecognizable in just 1 week is rooted in mastering the inner aspects of our being. Through self-discipline, emotional control, and a commitment to purpose, we can cultivate strength that is unshakable, regardless of external circumstances. Embrace hardship as a teacher, disregard the opinions of others, and live fully in the present moment. By doing so, you will not only transform yourself but also unlock a deeper, more resilient power. Good luck on your journey. Thank you for your time, and may you find the strength to embrace this transformation fully.